Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to week 30 of our weekly update. We'll get right into it with the numbers that came out for the monthly stats of January, and then we will get into our weekly areas of the downtown surrounding areas: Don Mills, Leaside, Mount Pleasant, Davisville, Yonge and Eglinton, and the Durham areas. I'm Julian Compton. I'm with Team Compton from Roller Page Signature, and we are here to help you give you a little bit more information, to help you be a little bit more informed on your day-to-day progress of listing or selling or renting or investing. So if you do like our videos, please give us a subscription, like or a share. That would be much appreciated. So let's get right into it. So we'll talk about the monthly stats that just came out for January. We'll talk about the price first. Price is pretty flat overall, which is okay and understandable. We saw it down year over year by 1%, and then down month over month by just over 5%. So again, I think we'll start to see a little bit of price pressure throughout the year, with Bank of Canada hopefully lowering the rates, and then we will see that unless a lot more listings come out. So we will keep an eye on that as we go. For a number of solds that we did see a good uptick in sales compared to last year, up 37% compared to last year, and up 22% compared to last month. Usually December's a little bit slower anyways. There are a little bit more buyers in December sometimes, just trying to seek out some opportunities because there's not as many listings out as usual. So that's a good sign that we are seeing some uptick in the sales, because we did have the lowest year last year. So we're expecting things to pick up and definitely be better than last year, and this is kind of a good start. And then it's a good eye opener for some people that are looking to possibly sell this year. Sooner the better might be an option to kind of capture some of these people that are, feeling a little bit more comfortable with the bond yields a little bit lower the last few months. So fixed rates aren't too bad. But again, we won't probably see interest rates come down till, let's say, Q2, Q3. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll get to the detached areas first, or homes, I should say. For price-wise, we did see GTA overall. It was up slightly, but pretty flat. And hopefully you guys can't hear too much of the banging. It sounds like they're doing some construction down below. But month over month, we did see a decrease of just under 5%, sorry. And then overall, pretty flat for the 416 and 905. Again, just down a little bit month over month overall, which is a little bit understandable. Just some listings that have been sitting there probably have come sold a little bit lower. But then again, we'll talk about what we see on a week-to-week basis. Things are starting to pick up on that way too. For the semis, we did see, again, prices pretty flat all across the board for the GTA as a whole, and then 905 and 416 areas. So that's pretty good in the sense that I think those homes are being sturdy. We did see a little bit of a decrease in townhomes, especially in the 416. We saw it down almost just under 20%. So, but we did see a big uptick from the previous month too. So I think it's kind of leveling off from the big increase from last month, and then this decrease from this month. This is again in the 416 area. So that's kind of, I think, just evening out overall if we look at it a little bit of a longer term. And then for condo side, I do think there are some opportunities. Things are pretty flat across the board. So I think that means that even though there are more listings, that the newer listings that are coming out are actually selling pretty quick, and maybe for a little bit over ask, because they have brought down the price a little bit just to kind of pull more buyers in. So I think that's a pretty understandable to see what we see there. And then new listings. This is where which is kind of good. Again, we see some interesting numbers here. New listings are up 6% year over year. So I do think that some buyers or sellers are starting to kind of feel, okay, I got to get my listing back out in the market, even if they did take it off from last year, and or try and capture some of these buyers that are still out there and starting to show up. Because you may have heard on the news, I think a listing in Mississauga had 85 offers on one property. It was listed really low and did sell under $1 million, actually, like 9.9 999, right? But at the same time, like, that just shows that there are some buyers out there. The interesting number, which is not too interesting at the same time or unexpected, we did see a over 100% increase in new listings from December to January. December is usually the very slow month for listing wise, just because nobody wants to bring out their listing in the middle of Christmas, right? So understandable that we did see a decent uptick. New listings average around 8 to 10,000, so we're just over 8,000. So I think we'll continue to see that number grow over the coming months as the spring market activates too. And then we saw active listings pretty flat overall, so which is understandable with the amount of sales and the amount of new listings. So let's get right into our weekly areas. So we'll start with the downtown area. Again, sorry for banging if you can hear that. We'll start with the downtown areas. So we saw the average price pretty flat and active listings pretty flat week over week, right? So the last couple of weeks have been pretty flat. So it's interesting. We did see a decent uptick in solds for the freehold side in the downtown area. And an interesting number is that only 4 of those listings that sold out of the 37 were on the market for over 20 days. So that means the almost 80% of these listings are selling that are only been on the market for a week or two. Again, some of these listings have been taking off from last year and then relisted in the last few weeks. So, but at the same time, it's just maybe a little different of staging, different price. So these are things to think about if you are looking to list your home. Just make sure that if it's done properly, it'll probably be sold a little bit faster than the ones that have been sitting on the market. So just something to think about there. On the condo side, again, pretty flat on the active listings. Sold down a little bit, but things are moving, so it's a decent time that we're seeing. So I think that we will continue to see a little bit more uptick, especially in the active listings in the next coming weeks. Especially that Bank of Canada mentioned that they hold the rates, so that was a good kind of sign there. Don Mills side, a little bit slower, not really caught up with what's kind of going on in the downtown core. Downtown usually is first, and then it kind of just spreads out throughout the city and throughout the GTA. So Don Mills pretty flat again overall for the condo and freehold side. Sales down a little bit on both sides there. So, we're seeing a little uptick in the months of inventory, which is understandable. For the lease side area, and Davisville and Yonge and Egg, again, pretty flat overall, week over week, right? This is now. Sales down a little bit too, but again, for the condo side, sold firms take a little bit longer just because they usually have a status clause and or a finance clause, so that could take up to 2 weeks, 10 business days to firm up. And then for the Durham side, again, we're seeing pretty flat overall, so sales down a little bit on the freehold side, but there are some months of inventory is pretty low out there, but there are a decent amount of options on the freehold side, so maybe some investment opportunities for some land and or homes that just need to be torn down and rebuilt. And it's just a little bit better of a pricing compared to Toronto, right? So those are just some little tidbits of what's going on for the monthly side, yearly side, and the weekly side in the GTA in Toronto. If you liked our information that we're providing, please give us again a like or subscription and a share. And yeah, if you have any information that you would like to about your home type and or area, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can hit the link in my bio of the YouTube video to set up a call, and we can chat about what is best for you in this current market. Thanks a lot, and thanks for your time. Have a great one, guys. Bye.